Hello friends. In our series of lectures on retrograde urethrophy of inflammatory urethral strictures, in this lecture I am talking to you about the complications of stricture disease that you see in retrograde urethrogram, and in this part I am talking to you about complications which take place other than the urethral wall. In my former lecture I concentrated on complications that take place within the urethral wall. Here I am talking to you complications which take place not in the urethral wall and rest all, by which I mean formation of a stone in the urethra, or a complication in prostate, or a complication in the bladder, and you see any of these in the retrograde urethrogram film. And how do you see them? You can have in urethral lumen a problem. When I say urethral lumen, I'm referring to proximal to stricture. Or you can have a complication in prostate, and you can have a complication in bladder. I mentioned to you that complications of bladder and prostate are better seen by ultrasonography, but sometimes they are visible to you on the film, and you should therefore make a note of that. In prostate, it is prostatitis or an abscess. In bladder, it is urinary retention, for which you will see a catheter up in the bladder, a suprapubic catheter. And proximal to stricture, you get stone. So in this presentation, I'll be showing you how do these complications look like on retrograde urethrogram film, the prostatitis or a stone or a retention. Let me talk to you about the stone first. Do you see a shadow which looks like a stone? And then if you say there's a stone, then you should also try and find out from where this stone has come in the urethra. Look at this retrograde urethrogram film, where you will see a radiolucent shadow in dilated bulbar part of the urethra. This shadow is a negative shadow, and usually it is a stone. I understand that you cannot be 100% sure in a contrast film. You have to have a plain film to say that there is a radiopaque shadow here and it is falling in this location, so that's why it is a stone. But if you believe me, and if you take my words, this patient had a radiopaque shadow here, and I don't have a plain film of this patient, unfortunately. So this was a radiopaque shadow here, and in a urethrogram it looked like this. If you look at this retrograde urethrogram film, and maybe you have seen this film in my earlier presentations also, you will see some negative shadows in urethra proximal to stricture, and you see a lot of contrast going in the prostatic ducts and showing you something what I call prostatogram, right? And if the patient shows you his plain film like this, you will notice that there are lots of radiopaque shadows in urethra proximal to stricture, I mean in the bulbar urethral lumen, and you have lots of radiopaque shadows in the prostate. So what are these things? The one below are stones in the bulbar urethra, and the one in the area of prostatic urethra or in the area of the prostate gland, they are stones which are formed in dilated prostatic ductal cavities. So what has actually happened in this patient? Because of long-standing stricture disease, this patient developed infection in his prostate gland. His prostatic ducts got dilated, and then the stagnation in the prostatic ducts, the stones formed in the prostatic duct. Some of the stones dropped down, came out of the prostate and descended down into the bulbar urethra, and there they got lodged because they could not go any further down because of the stricture, right? So that's what I mean by when I ask you that you are supposed to not only say that there are stones here, you're also supposed to say from where the stones have come in the proximal urethra. In another retrograde urethrogram film, you'll notice that there is stricture, which I would call distal bulbar, short segment stricture, and you will notice many filling defects in the area of the bulbar urethra, black rounded ones. And you'll also see some contrast in the prostatic ducts. If I were to show you this plain film of this patient, you will appreciate that what was looking as negative shadow in retrograde urethrogram, here it is looking like radiopaque shadows in the bulbar urethral lumen. So there are many stones in the bulbar urethra. And you will also see small sago grain kind of radiopaque shadows in the prostatic area. This patient is also something similar to the one I've shown you earlier. But the only difference is his stones are smaller in the size in the prostate. Smaller grain-like stones descended in the bulbar urethra, and in bulbar urethra then they grew up a little more. So this is about the stones. Now talking about, is there anything wrong at the level of bladder neck? And when I say wrong, I mean on the retrograde urethrogram film. Can you see something abnormal at the level of bladder neck or at the level of prostatic urethra, and what is that wrong that you are seeing? Look at this retrograde urethrogram picture of inflammatory stricture. You will notice a convex bulge on one side, and I've shown you by outline. And this bulge has formed because of enlarged one prostate lobe. Now, can I ask you a question? Why would a patient of stricture urethra develop a unilateral prostatic lobar enlargement? And if that were to develop suddenly, and if that is associated with fever and perineal pain, this would be what? Prostatitis or even a prostatic abscess. Most likely a big prostatic abscess. You will confirm that, of course, by another imaging. But in the picture, you are seeing a uniform displacement of prostatic urethra to one side, and that will happen because of unilateral prostatic lobar enlargement. In this patient, you notice that the prostatic urethra is stretched vertically, up and down, towards the bladder. It has grown up in, and you can see some kind of intravesical protrusion of prostate. And the prostatic urethra is narrowed down because of compression on it from all around. And these are where the prostatic lobes are present. Now, why the prostate is enlarged in this patient? If you go in the history of the patient, you will find he'll complain of fever, perineal pain, marked dysuria, by which I mean features of acute prostatitis. If you look at this retrograde urethrogram film, where you see multiple strictures as shown by golden arrows, but if you look at the area of the bladder neck, you see contrast is not going so well into the bladder. Contrast has gone, of course. You are seeing bladder as a cavity, so contrast has gone. But in the film that you see here, the passage which is connecting a dilated prostatic urethra to the bladder lumen is very narrow. So I will say that this prostatic outline which you are seeing is a prostatic indentation, and then there is the area of the stenosis in the bladder neck. So this patient has a bladder neck stenosis. He also has a large residual prostate still, and he has developed strictures in the urethra also. So obviously, urethral stricture and bladder neck stenosis are complications of transurethral surgery that was done on him. So see how much you can infer from one retrograde urethrogram film if you are properly observing the radiological findings. Now let me take you to the bladder, the third part. And is there anything wrong in the bladder picture? Whatever contrast has gone in the bladder lumen in retrograde urethrogram film, and I must confess that retrograde urethrogram film is not the film to comment upon bladder at all. But sometimes you see some shadows in the bladder, and you cannot close your eyes from them, and you have to comment upon what is there in the bladder area. Let's look at this picture, which is a retrograde urethrogram film and showing you some bulbar strictures. And if I were to ask you what is there wrong in the bladder, what are these two cavities in the bladder where contrast has pooled? Obviously, there are two small bladder diverticulum which are developing in this patient because of long-standing bladder outflow obstruction by stricture. Right? So bladder diverticulum formation is a complication of stricture disease which is visible to you in this film. Similarly, in this patient, I have shown this film earlier also, which shows you stricture urethra and one complication like perineal abscess. But if you concentrate on bladder part here, then you will see multiple cavities in the bladder. What are these cavities? These, because patient is lying on one lateral side, so contrast has settled in the dependent cavities, which are the divertically formation here. Another retrograde urethrogram film of long stricture, a penobulbar, and then you see those outpouchings on the bladder, and they are diverticulum formation. So the point I'm trying to make is the stricture urethra, diverticulosis of bladder, is a secondary diverticulosis of bladder is very common. You can also observe that in some of the patients of stricture disease, you notice a rounded filling defect in the bladder, as in this place. This is a suprapubic catheter balloon. And not only that, you can also see a vertically going contrast in the ureter, and this is reflux in the ureter. So this patient has a suprapubic catheter because he has developed urinary retention, a complication of stricture disease, right? So in this film, you notice SPC and you notice reflux. All this is because of the stricture. In another patient, a long penobulbar stricture, you notice a suprapubic catheter in place. So why was the suprapubic catheter placed? Obviously, to manage urinary retention, where the treating doctor could not place a urethral catheter, obviously because of this bad stricture. So if you notice the presence of SPC in the film, please mention that in the records. So that's how I talked to you about some complications related to prostate, some complications related to proximal urethral lumen where stones formed, and some complications in the bladder which result because of inflammatory stricture and which are visible to you in RGU films. So thank you very much for listening to this presentation. If you have any questions regarding this, you can write to me on my email drdalila24@gmail.com. And for more videos related to this topic of retrograde urethography or anything else in urology, you can refer to my website, Dalila Academy of Urology.